And welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be looking at paralives, specifically at paralives build mode, and just looking at the features and the expected features that are going to be coming to the game, and just kind of going over them, because I'm very excited as a sim builder to kind of have a new life sim that has a very expansive, I guess you could say, build mode. And it's something that I've been looking forward to for a couple of years. First time I ever heard of paralives was, I think, in like 2019 or 20, from Pixelade, a Pixelade video. So definitely shout out to Pixelade, one of the best like channels in terms of like life sim game news. But yes, I wanted to talk about things that I'm really excited for, and maybe give a little bit of opinion-based stuff of things that I would want to see in the future. But yeah, let's just get right into the video. Alright, so I'm here on the paralives official website, and they have a web page called Development Progress, where you can, see things that are going to be available on day 1 of early access and things that are going to be rolling out during early access. And they also have a pretty expansive kind of development progress roadmap, or like history, I guess you could say. But I'm going to specifically just be looking at the build mode aspects of this page, but there is like live mode, there's also the paramaker, but yeah, we'll just be focusing primarily on the build mode. Okay, so I kind of just had a quick look through the development history, but to kind of just go over build mode, I think I'm going to go over the plan to come out during early access first, just because these are things that are in development right now, and so they're not going to be there on day 1. So pools, which is obviously a given, obviously pools are very popular in live sim games, they're very popular in real life. In advanced roof tools, so I'm assuming this means like making more intricate roof types, like types of roofs, maybe like gabled roofs and stuff like that. And so advanced stair tools, I think that also just means like making more intricate stair designs as opposed to like your very common L or straight stair. So I think that's what that means. And then placing windows and doors on curved walls. This is also something that we can do in The Sims 4, but I don't use it that much because I do find the limited amount of like windows kind of annoying, and it sometimes glitches for me. So I wonder how they're going to be able to implement this. Hopefully it goes well. And then basement tools. I'm really excited for the basement, and I particularly want to see how split level in the opposite, I guess, way goes. I want to see if we'll be able to do like a true split level where the house is going into the ground. If I'll post a picture of what I mean. These houses are like very prominent in the East Coast, but obviously in The Sims you can bring your house down and have like part of the like first floor jutting out of the ground, but obviously there's a gap between the terrain and the house that you obviously have to fill with like things like bushes and flowers and stuff. So I wonder if we're going to be able to have kind of like a very realistic type split level where the ground is, touching the house, not like in The Sims where there's like a gap. But lakes and ponds, that's something that also came out later in The Sims 4. And very nice feature to do like a pond feature on your property. And then more furniture and objects, which is obviously expected as the game, comes out. They'll be able to add more objects and furnitures as people request, or maybe, just as like, I guess different updates come out. Okay, and then features available on day 1 of early access. So this is stuff that we're gonna get, as soon as you load into your game. So the color wheel for everything. Now this is big because I think The Sims really went backwards in terms of ingenuity when they took away the color wheel. Because I know some people find the color wheel like very overwhelming, and I kind of did at first, but I think I mean, I think it was taken for granted. I really think it's such a cool feature, and I'm so happy that it's going to be in Paralives. I wish it was in The Sims. I wish they would at least add it for certain things in The Sims, like hair, or like walls, like very like simple walls. Like I wish the plain wall, the base game wall, came with like a color wheel. I'm not sure how difficult that would be to really implement because I'm not like a game developer or coder. But I wish they would do it for some features in The Sims. Not everything, but like for certain things like that I think would be easier to do. Um, and then flexible wall placement tools. So we're going to be able to curve walls at any angle, which you have curved walls in The Sims, but obviously like it's like it's on a grid. You can't do it at any angle. It's very like rigid. It's a pre-made room. You place it down and you have your curved wall. And obviously this is going to be a lot more smoother, right? You're going to be able to do it at any angle and maybe have like a not so perfectly round room or something like that. I don't know. But going on to the next one, the optional grid for wall placement. So this to me is like really big because there are certain things in The Sims 4 that no matter how much you want to cheat, they simply do not freely place. Like you just cannot get them off the grid. Like for example, the post, like the porch post or the fence post, stuff like that, they are stuck to the grid. You can't really like place them. Also, I guess technically you can freely place a fence gate, but you can't really like, how do I say it? Like you can't, your fence gate has to stick to the tile, so it can't be like I'll put like an example of what I mean, but like if you were to have like a 2 tile walkway and you have a 3 tile fence, your fence is always going to be like kind of off center. It's never going to be like in between that 2 tile walkway. It's always going to be off center. You're always gonna have a fence like off the walkway. And I'll put like a picture up, a visual, so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But I'm really happy for this optional grid because I know sometimes it's really annoying for people to have to adhere to the grid all the time. And then split level platforms. This is basically very generic. You know, you're going to be able to have different levels in your house. Building multiple floors is also very generic and expected, obviously. 1 floor, 2 floor, 3 floor houses. I wonder what the maximum is going to be, because in The Sims it's 4, so I wonder how tall you're going to be able to go in Paralives. And then moving existing walls, I'm assuming that means like pre-built houses, you're going to be able to move the walls. I'm not sure exactly like what this means, but I'm guessing that's what it is. And then object resizing, also a very, you know, anticipated feature of the game. You'll be able to like resize windows, so instead of having to have like the 1 tile option, the 2 tile option, the 3 tile option, you'll just have like that window and you'll be able to size it to whatever size you want, basically. And you'll be able to do that with a lot of objects, so that's really fun. Like tables, it really reduces the need to have like multiple, I guess, items or like versions of the item. So really excited for that. And then stairs and roof placement. Obviously, I think means just like your generic type of roofs and stairs. I'm not sure, but I think that's what it means. And then fences. Yeah, I guess we'll be able to make fences. I wonder if these are also, you'll be able to like curve them, or do maybe like maybe straight on one side of the property and then maybe have like a fence that kind of curves or goes diagonal. I wonder if that's also going to be able to kind of be done without grid. So yeah, this is basically all the features that they've kind of talked about right here in their development progress page, I guess. But if we go down here, we can kind of see like this is like their whole roadmap, and then this is their whole history from 2019 to now, which is actually super expansive. I do want to go through here. I'm going to go through a couple of things that I think are really cool and just show them. But obviously I'm not going to go through everything because I don't want the video to be like super long. But yeah, I'll go through a couple things. So I'll be right back. So on the Paralives website, they actually have like a lot of links to their showcases on their YouTube of the features that they explain on there. And so this is one of them. This is the window and curtain resizing, and so this is basically them just showing that you can make a window taller or wider, you can place it wherever you want, and you can also do the same with curtains, which I think is also really cool. This is just a quick showcase of their curved wall features, and then they kind of turn this curved wall into a platform very easily, as you can see. But yeah, this is a super exciting feature that will also be in the game. So in terms of lots, I do know there are going to be about 50 to 70 lots. I'm assuming pre-made lots. At least that's what I got from Google. So I'm actually not quite sure. But in this earlier video, we kind of see that you can really like customize lots like you could kind of in like the Sims 3. I mean, obviously it's a little bit different. You don't place them down, you make them with this tool. But I wonder if these lots are aside from the like 50 to 70 that we're going to get in the game. So within those 50 to 70 lots, you will be able to create more. So in actuality, it will be more lots. Is what I'm wondering. I'm not quite sure. If you do know more information about this, let me know. But yeah, this is really cool. It really reminds me of like Sims 2 and Sims 3 where you could play, or where you could like place down a lot. And I'm pretty sure the world is not completely open world. I think it's like partial open world. It's going to be open neighborhood is what I have heard, which I think is a good medium. And I think it'll probably be really useful for like as they expand the game, you know, maybe lower end PCs or laptops will be able to still run the game quite well. And I'm sure you all have probably seen these videos. These are obviously very popular because they show resizing, which is something that obviously not a lot of games have. I don't think any live sim games, or the ones that exist right now, really do this resizing feature. So obviously this just showcases like the very cool nature of the resizing feature and what we'll be able to do. I think further on in the video you can kind of see they're resizing this lamp. They've created like a monitor stand out of these cubbies, I think, up here. I'm assuming you'll also be able to probably expand your desk. So yeah, a lot of very cool features with you know, a lot of cool things. You'll be able to do a lot of cool things is what I'm trying to say with the resizing feature. So we'll be able to edit the text on certain objects, like this tombstone right here. And I know you can do that in The Sims, but it's actually not visible if I remember correctly. Like on The Sims, you can kind of like put down like, I'm not sure what this is called, but like a quote on their tombstone. And so when you click it, you can read it, but it won't be visible like it is here. And so this is really cool, and I wonder if we'll be able to do this with other objects. I know you can do this with stockings, but I wonder if like if we have like a jar that says like cookies, if we'll be able to change it to maybe say honey or sugar or treats, stuff like that. But yeah, this is going to be a very cool feature as well. So I think this feature in particular is actually really interesting to me because the fact that you can kind of change the handles, I think really eliminates a lot of the need for similar items, like items that are very similar, just with slight differences, because you'll be able to really create like different types of style kitchens, like for example like with these cabinets, just by like really changing the swatch of the cabinet like color and the countertop material and the handle. So if you were to go for like a more farmhouse antique kitchen, you could use this first handle. I don't know what it's called, but this first handle was like maybe a more olivey or oak colored cabinet, and then maybe, you know, like you could keep the wood countertop, and that gives you kind of a more like vintage farmhouse type kitchen. Whereas if you wanted a more modern or contemporary kitchen, you could go for like a white or gray cabinet with maybe this second handle right here, and like a silver or a black, and then go for like a quartz countertop. And so I really like this feature that they have, because it really allows you to use one item in so many different ways. So I've jumped down to March 2021, I believe, and this is just them showing that you can import pictures into the frames, which is something that is so needed, because obviously in The Sims, to kind of have like a, I guess, customized portrait, you have to go through Photoshop and like, you know, make your own object, I guess, with your imported picture. And here it's like gonna be very easy. You can just like import it from your desktop, I assume. And obviously in The Sims we can use frames and we can take like in-game photos and put them into our games, but obviously sometimes that glitches games and actually like kills whole save files. So hopefully this runs way more smoothly than The Sims. But yeah, very excited for this feature as well. And then just coming down here to 2023, I thought this was like a really cute picture. It's just a really nice kitchen and we can kind of see like some of the like items that are going to be in the game. This tile is really cute. This fridge is also very nice, and I'm assuming that you'll be able to put these pictures up on, they'll be like an object kind of, because they're also in this other room that they made called Sebastian's kitchen. And obviously in The Sims 4 we can't really do this. I mean, you can do this, you can cheat, you like remove the wall and then use like some debug photos, but there isn't an actual like object of like a cute little drawing that you can put on the fridge. And then this is just some more room showcases, kind of just showcasing more objects. Right here we have like a couple of other types of rooms. This is a baby's room, so very cute. You can kind of see a bunch of different objects. And then just going quickly through, I think this is the town, so this is what the town can look like. And then this is really nice. I think this is really nice because a problem that I kind of ran into while I was playing Enjoy was I felt like that there wasn't that much kind of objects for teens, for like making like teens bedrooms very like expressive maybe is what I'm trying to say. You know, there wasn't a lot of like personality based items that I thought were really like could really showcase like individual teens, in my opinion. I haven't played since, well, for a while, so obviously maybe now there are more items, but when I originally played I kind of struggled with that. And then for December 2024, we kind of have this office building that they made, which I think they also have like a video, yep, on YouTube kind of showcasing the office. And then this is, I guess, a picture of some of the buildings that are going to be in the town, and I hope we get these objects in build mode because these are absolutely like lovely objects that I really want to make some houses with. And then this I think is just like more type of buildings. I'm not sure if these are made. Oh, this is like the industrial section of the town, which is really nice. I guess there's going to be an industrial town, part of town, and then like a more kind of antique-y old part of town. And then this is also just another balcony showcasing some items, so very nice. We'll be able to make like balconies like that that kind of come up to the roof, or the roof comes up to the balcony wall. I think this is really interesting. This is obviously not build mode, but this is really cool. This you know, I think this is like something that The Sims really, I mean, they've done good in implementing some representation for obviously different disabilities, but I think this is something that The Sims kind of lacked in. There are mods that you can use to kind of have like you know, showcase like different disabilities more than what The Sims has implemented into their own game, but I think this is really cool to have off the bat. So very excited for that. And then I think this is basically it for what I'll be able to show. Obviously there are like so much more things, like you can see kind of a speed build of a bedroom, so many things. So I definitely recommend checking out their actual website so that you can, if you're really interested in looking at like everything that they've been working on throughout the years, you know, you can come and look and just like really go into detail. But that's all I'm gonna show for now because I don't want this video to be too long. But yeah, I'm super excited for Paralives, super excited. It's a month away, so you know, I hope everyone, you know, is as excited as I am. and obviously like other Sims YouTubers are, or just like some players in general. I think everyone's excited to just have like a new sim game on the market. And I'm really excited because I really enjoy the cartoony style of Paralives. I struggle to get into Inzoi because of how realistic it is, but I am coming around to it. I just did find like build mode kind of stressful just because I wasn't used to it, but yeah, I'm super excited. Remember that this is a small development team. Um, you know, they've been working on this just themselves. Um, it's taken a while, and it's probably going to take a lot more time to really implement like every interaction and every action and every aspect of like daily life into this life sim game. But please be patient with them, please be kind, and remember to keep your expectations reasonable. But yeah, that's the end of the video, and my voice is like giving out. That's the end of the video, and I hope you have a good day or night, and goodbye.